Welcome to Meditation Moments. My name is Reverend Nickie Golden, and this is Katie Deese, our music director here at Unity of Wilmington. We're so happy to have you join us whenever it is that you're joining us. Our goal is to just have a moment or two in our day that we can relax and renew and restore our energy. So let's start with a breath. A breath that's a little bit deeper and a little bit fuller than the breath that you've been breathing. Or maybe even just bringing awareness to how you are breathing. Sometimes I just focus on my breath for a moment and I feel my body relax. So as you begin to relax, I'm going to invite you to tune in to your feeling of worth, your self-esteem. How are you feeling about yourself in this moment? Don't try to change it, and don't try to jump over a feeling that you don't want to have. Just really, honestly evaluate. This is how I'm feeling in this moment. And then rest in the knowing of how you're feeling, the awareness. That's a form of self-awareness. And how we feel often contributes to our self-esteem. So I'm going to ask you, no matter what you were feeling when you tuned in and took your feeling temperature, to think about something that you're proud of. So often when we look at our own self-esteem, we look at something that we're not proud of or something that we're upset about. But today, let's only focus on something that we're really proud of. And bring that forward from your memory into your current thought process. I'm so proud of myself for. And you complete the sentence. I'm so proud of myself for. Just let yourself expand the awareness of what you're proud of in yourself. Don't worry about anything else in this moment. We're just training our mind in this moment to focus on something that we're proud of. Letting it be, letting it circulate in our hearts and letting it circulate in our minds. Something that we're proud of. And from that consciousness, think about 3 things that you appreciate about yourself. And you can go slow and start with 1. Something I appreciate about myself is. Another thing I appreciate about myself is. And yet another thing that I appreciate about myself is. Now let's come back to the moment of feeling proud. Bring that feeling into the fact that you just appreciated yourself 3 different times. Sometimes that can be hard for people. But when we get practiced at appreciation, it becomes much easier. And when we get practiced at appreciation, then we begin to uplift our self-esteem. It becomes easier to hear someone say, hey, that was a beautiful job, instead of that need to dismiss it. Oh, thanks, But hey, that was a beautiful job. And to be able to let it land in your heart space, to allow yourself to breathe it in, that affirmation of who you are, that compliment. Just taking it in this moment and knowing that someone else had a picture of how you were being and you have the ability to receive it. So often it's easy to receive the things that people have to tell us that hook the ways that we already believe about ourselves. But when we are practicing appreciation for ourselves and someone comes and they compliment us, we can breathe in that compliment and allow it to land, to be a valuable part of ourselves, to really hear it. So breathing into that. Now bring your memory to a time when somebody complimented you and it felt really delicious and you wanted to simply savor it. Give yourself a moment in time and space to savor it right here, right now, knowing that you deserve to hear beautiful things about yourself. You deserve to hear people share with you how they see you in a positive light. You are deserving. You deserve all the goodness in the world. But it begins with us to be open and receptive to that goodness. So breathing in again, allowing ourselves to regenerate some of how we think about ourselves, to make a shift in our consciousness of receiving positive feedback, to make a shift in our consciousness of how we view ourselves when we look in a mirror. Now, if your eyes are not already closed, I'm going to invite you to close them and use your imagination to see a mirror in front of you. Whatever kind of mirror you like, as beautiful as you want or as simple as you want, as ornate as you like. But in your mind's eye, using the power of your imagination, I'm going to invite you to look in that mirror, to look deeply into your own eyes and to notice what you see. And then take a step, which for some people is easy and for some people is more difficult. But take a step. And it could start in your mind with saying, I love you, in your mind. And say it a few times. But if you're able, say it out loud. And if it starts with a whisper, I love you, let it begin with the whisper. And then see if you could bring it to a little bit fuller volume. I love you. And you can play with the words, I love you. You put the emphasis on different words. I love you. I love you, love you, love you. Or you could do it in voices like Eeyore. It's a gloomy day and I love you. Or you could do it like Tigger, I love you. Or Mickey Mouse, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you. You can play with this in such a way that it's not so frightening to say, I love you, I appreciate you, I adore you. I am so proud of you. Because when we bring play to something, when we can play around with it, the parts of us that get contracted like this can relax. Because when we are playing, we are in the zone, we are in the flow of life. And so when we bring play to the difficult things, then it's easier to navigate those. And if you are a person who never has had any difficulty with your self-esteem, I invite you to give yourself tons of credit for that. And really celebrate yourself. And if you're a person who is learning to increase self-esteem, I invite you to celebrate yourself. To really celebrate yourself. To allow yourself to expand into a new energy, a new way of being. And to have as much esteem for yourself as you can. And to know that as we raise our self-esteem, we're actually raising our intelligence quotient, our love quotient. We're bringing the seasons of love into every single season of our life and allowing it to weave into every moment of our life. And when we do this, we come into alignment with the truth of who we are, love. So as you move through this time, my wish for you is that you found, even if it was the size of a mustard seed, a little bit more appreciation for yourself, a little bit expanded self-esteem, or maybe it was a lot expanded self-esteem, and a whole lot of love for yourself. So as we come back into this time and place, this now moment, a different moment than when we entered into this meditation, celebrate yourself for loving yourself enough to do this. And thank you for being with us in this moment today.